Everybody, and welcome back to another book review. So this book, another book I probably should have read by this point in my life, and that is Number Our Stars by Lois Lowry, who wrote The Giver. um, it's a really good book. It's a quick read for an adult, because it's definitely written on the scale of for younger folks, but it's a really good book, and I honestly don't know why I hadn't read it yet. I found it in a pile at school, so I grabbed it and literally read it in a day. So probably less than a day, because I did have to put it down a couple times to do things. But yeah, so the book is about the Holocaust in Denmark, and how the Danes kind of really used their strength as a country and their leadership to help smuggle all of the Jews out of Denmark so that they wouldn't wind up in concentration camps, as we know many other Jews did. And so the book is about a little girl and her family helping to take care of their neighbor, and how they helped the little girl and her family escape to Sweden, and just kind of their experience doing that. It's a really quick read. Me being the theater minded person, I could totally see this being like a children's play, just because it's so like down on kids level. It's a really good, just quick explanation of what people were doing. And I think a lot of times when we think of the Holocaust and we think of Germany and World War II, we always think of just Germany or Poland. We think of Auschwitz. And there's so many other stories that happened during that period for the exact same reasons. The impact that Germany had just on invading everybody else around them, especially Denmark, because Denmark is such a small country, and they talk about the fact that they just quickly surrendered because they're like, we're not trying to fight you guys. Like, we don't have the capacity to do that. They knew that if they did fight, it would just be complete annihilation. And then they also talk about when they sunk their navy, the navy ships, because Germany was coming to use their ships and Denmark didn't want them to use the ships, so they had to sink the whole fleet, which is a lot of ships. Like, when you think about it, even though Denmark is a small country, their navy is a good navy because they're a water country. So to sink your whole fleet is pretty rough. But yeah, it was a good book, good history lesson, and a little bit more lighthearted than like The Diary of Anne Frank, or some of the other Night by Elie Wiesel. Some of the other stories that are out there. This one, in terms of like for kids, is a good starter. I think I would totally use it if I was teaching a younger grade about the Holocaust. Arguably, I'd use it to teach my 6th or 7th graders about the Holocaust because their reading levels are so low. But that aside, it is a good book. So, Number the Stars, fantastic book. Don't know why I didn't read it sooner. There you have it. Definitely giving it a 4.5 out of 5, not quite a 5. And I think it's because I'm an adult, so it looks so I'm just like, this is so childish. But I think if I was a kid, I probably would have given it a 5. But yeah, 4.5 out of 5, easily. Really good book. So there you have it. That is the end of this book review. Continuing on my saga to get to 108 books by the end of 2022. Not gonna happen. Because by the time you guys are watching this one, it should be pretty darn close to Thanksgiving. So we're almost done with the year. I'm not going to make it at 108 books, and I think I've said that before, but please continue to send me books to read. I just got, or I just saw the new movie on Netflix, The School for Good and Evil, and I discovered that it's a book series. Did not know that it was a book series. There we are. So definitely added it to my list, and especially after my best friend told me that In the second book, there was a chapter. She sent me a picture of the chapter title, and the chapter title was Her Name is Yara. And I was like, I must read this series now. Obviously, I'm in it. So excited to read that at some point in the future. About to start another series because I'm trying not to buy any more books this year. But I added a ton to my Christmas list. But I'm bound and determined to get through the book pile that is by my bed already. So if you guys send me books, or if you hand me a book, it goes right in the pile. And the pile is dwindling. But I am trying not to buy any more books for myself this year. So if you want to buy me a book, I'd love that. I'm all here for buying books for Christmas, buying books for any holiday, buying books for my birthday, which is, 12 months away. But please, please, please continue to send me book suggestions. I'm really loving hearing all the book suggestions that people have sent. If you work with my husband, I love hearing your guys' suggestions and ideas as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're any of my students, what are you guys reading, huh? I know some of you are reading books, and I've seen some interesting books. I talked to some of the fourth graders at school about what you all are reading. So thanks, guys, for having those conversations with me, and hopefully I gave you some really awesome book suggestions as well. So that's it. See you all next time. Bye.